Hey everybody, welcome back to my book chat channel. So it is Friday and this is another book review. As some of you may have noticed, I have recently put up a video already this week, and I will be posting 2 videos each week going forward as often as I can get away with. Just a short something in the middle of the week and then a book review at the end of the week. Who knows, depending as to how the week goes itself, you may end up with 2 book reviews in a week. We'll see. Either way, I was asked to do another book review for a fellow author rather, and I jumped in with both feet ready to go. So the book that I reviewed is called Broken Branches by Vaneeta Carr. I hope I'm pronouncing that properly, and I sincerely apologize if I butchered it. And I apologize for the noise in the background. Anyway, so we will jump into the synopsis and then go from there. So, Broken Branches is the first in the supernatural contemporary fictional romance series Silver Lining. It is set in Kingston, based in London, England. It follows Chris through his beautiful and privileged life as everything is ripped from him bit by bit. When he realizes that he is left with nothing real in his life, his days become dull and monotone, bringing about in him a state of mental autopilot. Deep down, he ends up blaming himself for the tragedies that have occurred over the past few years, which doesn't help his state of mind. A beautiful supernatural miracle helps him to uncover the honesty of not just his actions but of those around him. When he begins to open up and apply intentions and actions to parts of his life that he used to question, aspects of his world begin to light up and unravel. Forces show him the truth about what life is and where happiness truly lies, or lays. It reminds him to be thankful for just simply being in the world. Broken Branches presents grandeur, realism, profound relationships, genuine love, simplicity. This is sprinkled with dry, supernatural quirks that also bring about a humor in the form of classic British sarcasm and vivid color. So that is the synopsis of this particular story, Broken Branches. And jumping into my thoughts and opinions. So I rated this book 4 out of 5 stars. And I shall get into why shortly. So I found her writing to be really well done, full of heart and emotion. Enough so that there were moments that it really tugged at my heartstrings. I found my emotions really got pulled into the story, and in the end, I found myself actually tearing up. And I'll be honest and say that very few books that I have read within the last while have made me cry. So, anger, happiness, annoyance, frustration, and downright hate at some characters, absolutely. But to bring it out in such a way that I end up crying in the end, very rarely. This is the first in quite some time. So I was definitely happy for the change of pace. I'd say that the only negative I'd have to say about the book itself, which is what changed the star rating from a 5 to a 4, is just the fact that I found the story flow to be a little hard to follow at times. The book itself jumps back and forth between different time periods, back and forth between the past and the present and different moments in between. And while that's never bothered me in the past, I found that in this one, as it was doing that, the transitions weren't as clean and smooth as they could have been. And because of that, there were definitely moments that I found myself getting a little lost. I had to go back and reread a page or two just to verify what time I was in and make sure that, the story had switched to a different part. So I definitely found that to be a little frustrating at times, and it caused me just to get a little lost. My sense of loss didn't linger for too long. It wasn't long before I figured it out and I would jump back into where I was. But all in all, I thought it was well written, and aside from that fact, and I thought that the characters were really relatable and that the environment was well described. So much so that, like I said, it pulled me in and in the end caused me to tear up. So with all that being said, I would definitely recommend checking out this book. I thought it was a real interesting read, and I genuinely look forward to the second book in this series. So I thank you all so much for tuning in. I want to extend a thank you to Nichi and to the author who both gave me this opportunity to read and review this book, and I look forward to the next one. So again, thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you will all join me again next week for another book chat video. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Happy reading.